right. Are up and running. Going to list on Twitter. Just send another tweet really quick, and we will proceed. So tonight we're gonna start with this deck right here. This is just a Rakdos Midrange deck. You've probably seen him before if you follow Modern at all. This is a deck that has sort of floated around for a while. And I don't know, I wanted to give it a try again because it has a lot of things that I currently like. And I feel like a lot of answers to some decks that we've been seeing as of late, and could potentially be good. I am mainly just trying to target like 4-color elementals and blue-red Murktide, although I will say one of the decks that I lost to in this league was blue-red Murktide, so fortunately that one didn't go according to plan. But I don't think it's necessarily like a bad matchup. I just think that overall maybe it was just one of those like 40% games, or maybe I just need to work on like my gameplay with the deck. But overall it feels like the deck is still pretty solid. It just needs like some tweaking and stuff like that. I wanted to try this, and then the other deck that I'm going to try tonight is either Black Green or Sultai Infect. I think that like there's merits to each one of these decks. The reason why I wanted to try Infect is because of Phyrexian Crusader. Phyrexian Crusader being protection from white and red seems like really good to me right now, especially when that is like those two removals, like those two colors are like basically the key removals in the format. And I wanted to give that a shot because I feel like that card is very good right now. And I don't know, I mean, the deck could be very solid. But yeah, I was going to give that one a try. So either Black Green or Sultai. I'm kind of leaning towards Black Green, honestly. It might seem kind of strange because like I've seen a lot of Sultai lists do pretty well as of late, but in my mind, like I really just want to play Phyrexian Crusader. Like that card alone to me is what really draws me to black in Infect. And I don't really necessarily think that the blue is needed so much at this current time. I think that it's obviously good, but yeah, I want to give that a shot and see how it performs. And I can probably, like, while we wait, we're probably not gonna be waiting for too long, but I can pull up a list. How do I have this list? Here's Black Green Infect. This is from a long time ago, so like this list obviously needs to be updated, right? It's from a long time ago. This was like really early versions of the deck, like back before like the deck really did anything. So yeah, I don't know, I want to mess with it. Obviously, like I think that Sultai definitely has its merits, and I might ultimately land on like a Sultai Infect list, but I think for now Black Green is really what's been calling me. This hand's good. It's a fair hand. It's not like one of your, you can have some pretty ridiculous starts with this deck where like you go like turn 1 Grief into like Malakir Rebirth or something. But yeah, this is one of our more fair hands, but obviously we keep this one, right? And then we'll just open up with a turn 1 Thoughtseize, see what they got, and play Dothi Voidwalker on turn 2 and go from there. Okay, so it appears to be one of these affinity decks. Okay, this is actually just hardened scales, that's fine. An Undying Evil. We're gonna thought seize them. They have 2 hardened scales, but only 1 green source. Obviously, like, the hardened scales are problematic because I don't really have a way to deal with them. However, Patchwork Automaton just absolutely has to go. So I'll just take that and then pass the turn. I'm interested to see. I think they of course, they drew a way to cast both. Okay. So I was gonna say I'm interested to see how they play this one out. But obviously, like, they just drew the way to play hardened scales there. So with this, I think it's gonna be a tough game to win. Just with that draw alone. I think we just open up with a Dread Warrior. That way they don't have any ways to, like, put counters on anything. Their turn's pretty obvious. They literally just go Urza Saga and then Hangerback Walker. And it's a 3/3, I believe. Yeah. Three. It's 1 to put a counter on it. Yeah. Okay, so we're drawing a lot of, like, rebirths and stuff like that. I don't necessarily, like, need those cards. If I can kill this so that way it doesn't, like, really get any bigger. It can be a little problematic because obviously, like, with Urza Saga, that's just gonna make their, like, Urza Saga token that much bigger. But I don't really think it's getting any better for me here. So I may actually just keep this Shatter Skull Smashing in my hand. Because it is a nice way to kill off all the Thopter tokens. But we currently don't have double red. We can play this one untapped if we need to, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to play the Malakir Rebirth here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this before it gets any bigger. Yeah, they get, like, all these Thopter tokens, and yes, I am kind of banking on them kind of drawing nothing here. I have to hope that they don't anything significant. I mean, obviously they want to make an Urza token here, and it'll be a 4/4, which we'll also have to deal with, but this is just the hand that they had. I mean, I still think that if I hadn't taken Patchwork Automaton, we were going to be in much bigger trouble. Like, let's say we take Ardent Scales there, or even take Hangerback Walker. I mean, eventually this is just going to grow beyond a point that I can deal with it. And you got to think, like, all of the removal in this deck is damage based, except for the Terminate and Dread Boar, which we drew. So we have one more Terminate in the deck. So we can't really allow anything to get, like, too big. Now we do have a Fury, and we can potentially hit for 8 Fury as it stands. These Void Walkers, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm supposed to play the Void Walker first there. That's a interesting. But yeah, with this against this deck, I think Engineered Explosive is going to come in clutch. I think Hidetsugu is going to come in clutch. Obviously, the 2K commands. I've been liking this sideboard with this deck. It feels like the sideboard is very well equipped to deal with, like, a lot of the metagame. Opponent's been tanking forever here, so they were just determining whether or not they wanted to. Oh my god, they've just been drawn so hot. Yeah, so they're just gonna hit us for like 1 million here. Jesus Christ. That was a good sequence of draws for sure. Oh. Got it, you got it. Alright, so I think the Blood Moon effects are actually very good here. I don't really like Obnixilis in this matchup, simply based on the fact that they have so many creatures, and I think it's kind of easy for them to get through to Obnixilis. Dothy Voidwalker is, like, sort of so-so, and so is Cruxa. I don't think I'm a fan of Cruxa here. Probably cut, like, a Feign Death. Actually, I like the Feign Death. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. We definitely bring in K commands. We definitely bring in Hidetsugu. I could see cutting Fable. I don't need that. Engineered explosives I like a lot. Definitely probably go down a Voidwalker here. I don't particularly like Ragavan in this matchup, and perhaps like Liliana the Veil is just better, because chances of me hitting with Ragavan. Yeah, let me actually just cut Ragavan. We'll keep in like Cruxa. I like Cruxa better than Ragavan here. We're just never connecting with that card, right? They have too many things to put in front of it. We have room for one more card. So it's one of our 3-drops. Either Liliana, Obnixilis, or Fable. I like Liliana on an empty board, obviously, or like on a board where they just have like one creature. I also got to keep in mind that they do have like the Infect land, Ink Moth Nexus. Fable makes a blocker. That's not irrelevant. It also digs us closer to our board wipes, so I'm just gonna keep Fable. Okay, this hand interacts pretty well, so I'm probably gonna hang on to it. It has the Fury. It doesn't have a rebirth effect, but it does have engineered explosives as well to deal with hardened scales or any of their 1-drops. So just gonna open up on a Den of the Bugbear here. I don't really. Do I play EE for 1, or do I just wait? The problem with playing EE for 1 is obviously like they just get to play around it, but like I'm kind of cool with that. Like slows them down enough to where like it's probably worth just throwing it out there. And then it makes it like really awkward for them to like play a 1-drop here. Like they probably have to, right? Like, but I'm fine with it. So can't really do anything this turn. Could put a Fury into play, just kill that. I don't really want to waste it. I'm just gonna wait. They might have actually played Zabaz because they have another one in hand too. Since it's legendary, they're just willing to let the 1 die. Automaton would be kind of annoying here. Just hang your back, Walker. Am I cool with letting this resolve and like not popping off your explosives? I kind of am. I think engineered explosives does me more use being on the battlefield and just like preventing them from committing more to the board. Considering what we do here, so we can kill Hangerback Walker and just pass, or I can play Fable the Mirror Breaker and have a blocker that can potentially make me a token and then hardcast Fury next turn. Yeah, that's probably worth it over the Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, so next turn we potentially have a Seasoned Pyromancer. This is a hard deck to beat. I will say I've considered playing Hardened Scales a few times as of late. This deck is it gained a lot, I feel like, in the new set with like Automaton and just like some of the tools that it has. Obviously Zabaz was like a huge and Urza Saga were like huge additions to the deck. It was always kind of like prevalent. There was one point where Hardened Scales was considered to be like one of the best decks in Modern, I think, and that sort of went away. But it's probably back in like a pretty favorable position. Okay, so that makes sense, I suppose. So they put the counters here. I mean, it's one counter. Okay, they're gonna... Alright, so... Oh, that's interesting. They're just gonna back with that. Okay. You know, I may end up actually taking this. Thinking about it. Maybe if I block with the shaman token, they protect their hanger back walker with the welding jar. But I want to say they probably are more interested in protecting the Ozolith than anything. Seems like way more important. We'll see. This is like a tricky matchup. It's like all down to like what you prioritize as like the biggest threat, right? Because they can just outright kill you out of nowhere. And I think that's one of the biggest draws to playing hardened scales, is that like they can seemingly like hit you for like 20 damage out of nowhere. So okay. Interesting, because I don't necessarily want to pitch anything, but at the same time I would really love for like a Malakir rebirth or something like that. What am I doing this turn if I don't have one of those? It's either play Seasoned Pyromancer or just hold up Engineered Explosives. I am going to discard... I think I might discard these two. Yeah. Okay, great. That's awesome. So so I can't... So what if I just crack this now, right? They use the welding jar on something, and then we Fury them. Grief is kind of bad. Okay, so they are going to regenerate the Ozolith, which makes sense. We can wipe their board, though. Does kind of suck because, like, next turn they can just slam a creature and put 5 counters on it, which is really unfortunate, but is what it is. And at least with this line, we can start copying Fury, which is kind of nice. Oh, I forgot. They can put more counters on it. Yeah, so they just put like 8 counters. Yeah, it's gonna be really rough if they have a creature. Which at the very least they'll have Urza Saga token. It'll be a 2/2 off the bat, and they make it a 10/10. But we do have like hard removal spells in our deck. I think our best path to victory here was just like blood mooning them. How's it going, Mateus? I hope I pronounced that right, by the way. Welcome. Is it Matthias? Are you fucking with me? Well, don't say that then. If you don't see their name, like, don't just randomly throw. It's actually Thomas. James. You're not. So I think, I mean, obviously they're thinking about this. Actually, I should have fetched. They might just go and get Pithing Needle. I don't think they will, but okay, Welding Jar. That's probably a good pickup. Oh my god, and they have a 1-drop. That is so fucking annoying. I'm just gonna get a swamp just in case I draw Blood Moon. We're kind of past Blood Moon, but okay. Well, I'm just gonna cast Grief because I can't really afford for them to like play another big thing. Yeah. All right, so I mean they're in top deck mode. That's good. Last time though, they kind of. What is that deck? What we're playing or what they are playing? They are playing Hardened Scales Affinity. We are playing just black-red mid-range or whatever you want to call it. So they're just swinging with Zabaz here. I'm actually really surprised. Okay, I was about to say, swinging with just Zabaz is 100% incorrect. You definitely swing with both of these. Now I have to think about if I want to try to chump block this construct token or not. Obviously, if I block it with Fury, it kills it, but they can just Welding Jar it. Not that I really think they will. I can not take this. I have to block with something. I mean, I would love to leave my Fury around because then I can potentially, like, I mean, I could kill Patchwork Automaton and Construct Token next turn if that's the case. So the idea, Mateus, is that since we're playing a deck that plays Blood Moon and like discard spells, I feel like that is a good... that is a well-rounded deck to like approach this meta. Unfortunately, right now we're getting absolutely wrecked, but I do think Blood Moon is like kind of well positioned right now, if that makes sense. But it just depends. Obviously, it looks horrible here, and we definitely lose.
Look at the sweet prize I won.
Oh shit, Desiree subscribed 12 months in a row. That is definitely like my longest running sub for sure. 20? Yeah, we lose. Yeah. You know what? Let's drop from this one. I don't know. That's like the second league in a row I wasn't able to really... I've played black red in the past and it did well for me, but like this time around it was just horrible. So what I'm gonna do, well, let me finish I guess my explanation before I switch off of it, because I just wanted to kind of get the just get the explanation in there. If I can find the goddamn deck, Jesus Christ. Oh, where it's at. Did you redeem no cursing? I couldn't see. Okay, so no cursing for 5 minutes. Starting now. What time is it? Okay. So this isn't the deck, obviously. I'm trying to find it, but while I try to find it, oh, here it is. Sorry. So the idea, Mateus, is that like we're playing Blood Moon, obviously very good against like some of these 4-color decks, and very good against Ursa Saga, which is very prevalent in the meta right now. And then you also have cards like Terminate and Dreadbore, which answer Murktide Regent. You have Grief, which is in Thoughtseize, which I also feel like is good against the 4-color decks. I just felt like this was a good way to attack the meta. There's a lot of Amulet you know, there's a lot of these affinity decks that Fury is good against. And of course, you know, you play like one of the best cards in Modern, but unfortunately, things just weren't really going our way. So I think what I'm going to do is take my second approach. I think we're going to try Black-Green Infect. So I'm pretty much at a standstill with Modern right now. I am pretty convinced that 4-color Elementals is the best deck in Modern, and there's not really like a close contender when you think about like how well 4-color does across the board. Like it just has good matchups like across the board, and it has game against basically everything, and there's not really a lot of other decks that have that. Yeah, I mean, I agree that the concentration of like good cards in black red isn't as high as like, let's say like in like just talking about 4-color elementals, like Solitude obviously is very, very good, and we don't have access to that. But like I said, Blood Moon I feel like is very good right now. I think you can't really go wrong with playing a Blood Moon deck. But the other approach that basically I was thinking about going is Black-Green Infect. And like I said, I just feel like 4-color elementals is the best deck in the meta, and I don't think it's really close in my opinion. So in order to keep having fun, I guess I have to play different decks, and when it comes down to it, when I'm playing a serious event, I will just register 4-color elementals unless I figure out something in my testing that I feel like can be a dark horse, right? Because if I just sit here and jam 4-color elementals all day, like, yeah, I can just trophy leagues like all day long, but that doesn't really have any value to me. Like, I don't really get a ton of enjoyment out of that. I would rather just play fun decks in my non-serious events, because you know, when it's serious time, we can just jam the real decks. But for now, who knows? You know, you could potentially come across something that is that's good, right? So I see a lot of like Sultai lists, but like part of me just wants to go like straight black green, because I don't know, like Sultai is cool and all, but I don't really feel a need to play Blighted Agent right now. And my main draw to playing this deck is Phyrexian Crusader. I think in a way like Lake Stinger is just as good as Blighted Agent right now. I like the prospects of playing like main deck Thoughtseize and stuff too, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. There's not really a whole lot of Golgari Infect decks. Hey, can you separate them, big? This is just like blue green splashing. Okay, so yeah, I don't really like like Grixis seems kind of medium. Like I was thinking initially, I was thinking like an Esper control deck. Just do Stringer because Esper gets to play T3, which Teferi seems like obviously good. So this is just straight up black green Infect. 2 Fatal Push, 2 Thoughtseize, Vines of Vastwood. Jim Razor seems pretty hot. No one plays fucking... Yeah. No one plays Rancor anymore, which I find interesting. Alright, so Abrupt Decay is just memes. Let's see. Does anyone play... So 1 Pendlehaven, I think. They don't play the Urborg, which I find interesting. So... we know that Noble Hierarch can just be replaced by Ignoble Hierarch. Better in that regard. God, why is my Moto lagging? Okay, well, while we wait for Moto to stop fucking lagging, I think Ignoble Hierarch definitely comes in over Noble Hierarch. That's just a given. God, what a brilliant client. Okay, let's fucking close this. But yeah, so we take out the Noble Hierarch, and I agree with running some number of Thoughtseize. I think that is probably one of my favorite parts about the black-green Infect deck. And yeah, I love Gem Razors in the board. That to me is like a huge plus. Yeah, like the Sultai Infect decks are cool. I definitely think there is you know, something to be said about running like 8 mana dorks in the deck, especially like because they like Infect is a deck that you have to play smart, right? You can't just like play your dude, slam, you know, whatever fucking pump spells that you have and say to your opponent, if you got it, right? It's not as simple as that. You have to play very smart, and I think that you know, playing 8 hierarchs is good because you can just sit there and present a clock to your opponent and you don't have to do anything. You can just literally sit back and, you know, let your exalted triggers go off, and like you don't have to commit anything, right? Until basically you have a win. And that is a huge plus that the deck really hasn't necessarily have. Like hitting someone for 1 infect with Glistener Elf doesn't really present a clock, but if you're, you know, if you're giving them like 3 exalted triggers, then that's 3 infect return. Yes, because Phyrexian Crusader has protection from red and white, and what are the main removal spells in the format right now? Solitude, Prismatic Ending, right? You have the new removal spell that removes an artifact, creature, or enchantment. You have Fury, Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat. Like those are the main removal spells in the format right now. So in my mind, Phyrexian Crusader is basically just has protection from pretty much everything in that regard, right? So as long as we are able to, you know, Thoughtseize their hand or Inquisition their hand or whatever, I think that this is, in my opinion, could be a potentially great deck. I've almost 5-0'd with this deck several times. Obviously, I have to update it a little bit, but I think it could be good. Doom, or not Doomwake, Demonic Tutors was about to play Black Green Infect, but he ended up not playing it. But I think it could be pretty strong right now. That, and we're just here to have fun. I'm not like if I would just want to win games of Magic, like I said, I would just queue up for a league with fucking what do you call it, with 4-color elementals, right? But I'm not going to do that because to me is just like that's something that I do in my free time when I'm just trying to win games of Magic. Okay, so we have Pendlehaven, we have 4 Verdant Catacombs. I'm just looking at like ZX Rogue's list, so he opted to not go with the full fetch lands. That's fine. Looks like he went for Blooming Marsh. That makes sense. This list predates Blooming Marsh, if you want to know the truth. We're just updating it basically to fit that. For Blooming Marsh, he's not playing Urborg. He's playing 2 copies of Nurturing Peatland, which is probably not bad. Nurturing. Since the mana is better, you probably don't necessarily need it. So stick with that. I guess I could look at another Golgari Infect list. See. Person's name is Russell Wilson. Let's go. Yeah, so they were on the same kind of build, basically. All right, so we got our 21 lands. We need, so I guess we're cutting like Rancor, although I do kind of like Rancor in a way. Probably cut some number of Become Immense just because like we don't have the fetch lands to really support it, I guess. We'd probably go like, let's see, so we do that. Hey buddy. My big boy. My big boy. Hey, hey. Hey, everybody. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna jam it through a league. Okay. His mom's in the bathroom. So I'm just looking at like other Infect decks right now. So we see like Sultai Infect. They're playing. They're down to 1 Become Immense, which is kind of crazy to me. But I guess whatever, you know. I their word for it. We're definitely playing Mutagenics though. Mutagenic growth. I like the 4 Mutagenics. Definitely need scale ups in here. This will be like my maybe pile, I guess. Definitely need scale ups. Go with 4 of those. Probably cut Groundswell. It's probably like our worst pump spell. We have 2 Blossoming Defense. Yeah. He was running 2 Fatal Push, which I find like interesting. I don't know if you necessarily like need Fatal Push in this list. That would be 23 other spells. Of our scale-ups, we have our 4 Vines, 3 Might of Volcarosa. Okay, so that is different. So I guess I could see going down like 1 Inquisition. And let's just run a split of Inquisition and Fatal Push, I think. Well, let's go Thoughtseize. Because if we do need to hit a Solitude or a Fury, that might be kind of important. So Thoughtseizes, 2 Fatal Push, and then just the 1 Become Immense there, and then we'll run like a couple of Fatal Push in the board. We want like maybe a couple of Fatal Push in the board. Go with like 2 Thoughtseize since we're already running 2 in the main. I definitely want Gem Razors. So let me just go ahead and put those in there. Gem Razor, a really good artifact removal spell there, so we can ditch those. Let's see. Force of Vigor. Do there. We don't really need Abrupt Decays anymore. That's not really a thing. Let's go with since Living In is such a huge part of the metagame, let's go with like some Endurance. I could run Car. Car is pretty cool, but like I don't know if that's necessarily like where I wanna be at. Probably run like a few Endurance and like maybe a Car. Let's see. What is that enchantment called? Shaper's Sanctuary. I love this spell. It is so good. The only downside of it is it does get hit by Prismatic Ending, and that is unfortunate, but like it is such a good thing to have. Let's see. What is this thing called? I think it's unlicensed first. Yeah. One. Truth be told, I don't really know if this is like a good answer or not to to graveyard decks, but we'll see. Got our fatal pushes, we got all that shit. Dim Razors, Force of Vigor. I guess we could go with like, I like Veil of Summer. I don't know if it's like decent enough to play it just as like a one of, but you kind of got to like vary things up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I love Unlicensed Hearse. That card could just potentially like win us the game. I'm wondering if Shaper Sanctuary is worth it because of Prismatic Ending. I'm really worried about that card, but I guess let's give it a shot and see. I think Spellskite is fine as just like a catch-all. So let's just roll with this. And then if we do super bad, then we'll just play like a good deck. Sound good? Sound like a plan? This is just a deck that's like always been like near and dear to me. Like I just love Black Green Infect. It's like it's niche, but it's fun, you know? Like you get to play with like one of the most busted Infect creatures of all time. Kind of nice. There was once upon a time too where people played what is this shit called? It's like that enchantment that like gives your creature like +3/+3 if someone targets it. It's like fucking absurd. I think it's like Wild Defiance. That's it. Yeah, this shit was ridiculous when like burn was still a thing. Like now, I mean, burn is still a thing obviously, but now it's kind of like fallen off a decent amount. Like people don't really respect burn anymore with the presence of like Omnath and all the other spells. Like burn kind of needs like a new thing. Like they can't really afford to play monkey, and they're just, I don't know, I feel like all the other decks have gotten upgrades and burn has kind of just remained the same for the past like 3 years. They got a few like niche sideboard cards, but that's about it. Let's go. Burning tickets over here. I don't even think my noise gate allows that to get through, which is good, unless I'm talking. If I'm talking, then yeah, you can hear the dog squeaking a toy, but if I'm not talking, it won't come through. Selfish, that's what you're saying. Clip that. Report it to the cops. I love you, babe. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. You know, it's probably bad, but like whatever, you know. I would be interested in playing some Pioneer, so maybe like if we don't do so hot, we can just play like some blue-red Prowess and Pioneer. That deck has been like really hot, and Honestly, it gets to take full advantage of Ledger Shredder, which is another card that I've been wanting to try in Grinding Station, actually, in Modern. Let's catch somebody off guard. Cheese some people. By the way, I still don't know what's making that USB noise. That one, really annoying. Are you squeaking it or is he squeaking?
He's squeaking.
I don't know. This is a one-lander, so it's kind of hard to justify like keeping. It's certainly not really not amazing, but I am going to keep it, I think, for science, especially because I'm on the draw. We are playing 21 lands, so our odds of drawing a land in the next 2 turns are, you know, probably about a coin flip. But we'll see. If we don't draw a land, I think either way I'm opening up on Glistener Elf. I think either way, open up on Glistener Elf here. Now, if we don't draw another land next turn, then we definitely just open up on Thoughtseize because we have to protect our creatures. This is going to be unfortunate if they play Ren and 6 here. Okay, I'm cool with that. Okay, good. All right, so let's Thoughtseize them first. Okay, so it looks like they're just playing rhinos. We'll take this. Play this. Pass the turn. If they don't draw a land, then we're in really good shape. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. I'm just gonna cast this because you know, we know 2 of the cards in their hand. I know they didn't play a land, but I mean, we do have a backup Glistener Elf now anyway. This swamp is very awkward. If this was a forest, we would have won the game. Maybe this deck needs Boseiju. Or not Boseiju, sorry, Yavimaya. Damn, they hit the other land. Okay. They're basically just gonna like hold up blockers for the entirety of this game. If we draw a, we needed that like a turn ago. If we draw a Plague Stinger, then we're in really, really good shape. I think what I'm gonna do is just play the other Glistener Elf. See, this is why I kind of like I like Slip Through Space. I like Apostle's Blessing and Rancor specifically for like this deck, because Rancor is just a good way to get through some damage. I could pump my Glistener Elf and just attack. Maybe that's the correct line. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see. We will lose the elf though. That's the but. I'm gonna hold back here. I'm gonna wait. I don't know the 3 cards in their hand. Okay, they drew another land, so I don't know cards in their hand. So they're just gonna attack with that. We just go no blockers. We draw a Fatal Push, we win, probably. I don't really think I can afford to like really play around anything here. So, oh wait, their other card was Violent Outburst, right? Well, either way. Okay, they're not gonna outburst apparently. Okay. And that's just, yeah, that's just. All right, so basically what we want is we want our thought seizes. I think Spellskite is fine here. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna just take that chance there with that hand. I think that's fine. Fatal Push might be okay, honestly. We're just trying to get through Rhinos. It's a matchup where like Phyrexian Crusader is pretty decent because it can dodge like their red removal, but I think it's fine.
The sweet prize I won.
Raw 1971, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I don't necessarily think I truly need Phyrexian Crusader. In this particular matchup, I can probably like cut a couple of them and it'd be fine. Spellskite's good. We need like maybe Fatal Push. I'm thinking Fatal Push comes in some capacity. Just wondering like what to take out here. Just cut both Phyrexian Crusaders. Baby, can you get him to stop doing it? Just give him another toy, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll just go up to 3. Set the, yeah, we'll just keep the Phyrexian Crusaders out. If this hand had an Infector, I would definitely keep it, but it is not. This is way, way, way better. We're gonna keep this. I think I'm just going to. I think I'm just gonna bottom a Plague Stinger here. Oddly enough, we already have 1, so we probably don't need 2 because we have a way to protect it as well. Gemstone Caverns. I had no idea this deck played Gemstone Caverns. Okay, well, let's just open up on Ignoble Hierarch. Alright, let's start off with a Thoughtseize. Okay, so they have Magus, Fury, Force, Fire and Ice. I'm kind of cool with them having Fury because we can just Vines of Vastwood our dude. I'm more interested, I feel like, at taking like Fire and Ice here because it's like their most efficient removal spell and they can like literally cast it this turn. So I am gonna just take, and I don't care about the Magus at all. They also don't have any lands. Like, once again, they're stuck on 2 lands, so I'm gonna take it. I am not going to play my Plague Stinger yet. I will just attack here. Charlie. Our bedroom door. I'm playing the Verdant Catacombs because I can fetch Forest with it. Yeah, okay, so they drew the other land. That's good. That's a good draw. All right, Plague Singer. I am not going to play the other Ignoble Hierarch because they have Fury in their hand. And they can cast Violent Outburst, that's fine. Interesting that they didn't fetch a forest here. I guess they're like pretty much willing to just commit their Magus to our board here. God, I hate how Moto does this. Okay. We're casting Crashing Footfalls. Yeah, this is really unfortunate because they not only did they hit the land on time, but they also can sit here and hold up Force of Negation, which is really, really unfortunate. So we can Vines of Vastwood this, but then they just force. But I guess it gets the force out of their hand. I'm kind of screwed because they just hit like everything when they absolutely needed it, which is, you know, kind of just how it goes sometimes. But it is what it is. We know they have nothing in hand, but like they've kind of just already done what they needed to do here. So we're gonna take 8 and probably just be dead. It's unfortunate, like it's percentages, but like I mean it is what it is. I'm not really worried about like bad variance or anything like that. And in some world, like I don't ever think I take in some world I guess I could take the Fury, knowing that they had it, but like I'm thinking like they don't hit a land for at least one turn, and like we're in good shape there, but they got it. So okay, so this is a cool hand. We open up on Thoughtseize here, and then we can just play Glistener Elf, hold up Vines of Vastwood, potentially kill them. Yeah, I mean, to be fair too, like obviously Rhinos is a good deck, and you know we're not necessarily playing a good deck, but all right. So they are playing Blue-Red Murktide. DRC is kind of annoying because like it can just block our Glistener Elf. I think I'm going to take 1 and just bait them into bolting our Glistener Elf. They had kind of this is kind of a greedy keep from them. I guess they're assuming they will hit a land off of yeah, you know, now that I drew the redundant Glistener Elf, I'm kind of cool with them just bolting 1. And I feel like this is a matchup where like Phyrexian Crusader can really shine. If I were them, I would have done this in upkeep. That way they can get the free scry, if you will, and potentially hit a land, because they sort of left it up to their draw step there, and that's 100% incorrect. You definitely want to bolt and upkeep. But they hit the land, so fuck do I know. Well, I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize them again. I'm probably taking Expressive Iteration here as it stands. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. They drew another land, so that's enough to get their Murktide regional line, which is kind of annoying. So in that case, I guess I'm taking Murktide Regent. If they fetch, they get 3 card types. So They're gonna have a flyer. Just let's just pass here, I think. Pass and hold up the Vines of Vastwood. I think they just fetch no shock, expressive iteration, potentially play a land or a bolt, unholy heat, that sort of thing. I'd be really shocked if they pass here or attack here. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't think they can afford to. And we don't, this, I mean, with this having Delirium, we don't necessarily have to attack either. But T3, so they are on Teferi version of the deck. Codiamon, oh, Code Diamonds. I was about to say Codiamons. Code Diamonds with a rate of 17. Thanks, man. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming by to watch me get my shit kicked in. Codiamons. I don't know where I got that from. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna attack here. I'm just gonna let them attack on their turn. We do have to play around Archmage's Charm. They have 5 cards in hand. We know about 2. Like I said, if things go bad in this league, then I'm just gonna jump into like Pioneer probably at that point. Just play a good deck. Okay, so they're shocking. Not really a huge. All of a sudden, that's the correct way to pronounce my name. I am notorious for like mispronouncing people's names on this stream, so you wouldn't be the first. I think I'm just gonna fetch no shock here. The real question is, I think I'm just gonna Might of Volcarosa on main phase and see how they react here. Like, they have Archmage's Charm, which could easily... Okay, how does that change things? It doesn't, right? It doesn't really change things. So, like, I don't want to jam up Inkmoth Nexus because I could potentially kill them if they're not careful here. We're in my main phase, so... Oh, they have Delirium. Kind of unfortunate. So, am I cool with that? I'm cool with that, right? They just kill this. We'll just let it die. It's fine. We got the Inkmoth Nexus. Yeah, I think that you ban anything that's not a removal spell at this point, or a Murktide Regent. Okay, so get this online. Go Might of Volcarosa. Okay, we just attacked them for 5 here. Okay. They're probably going to end up drawing 2 cards. They might try to remove it with if they have another Unholy Heat, like on the end step. Okay, they're just going to draw 2. The good thing about playing against a deck that only plays like damage-based removal spells is you can kind of bait out their removal spells a little bit easier. What's going to be really bad is if they draw a Murktide Regent here, because I don't really have a way to handle that. And maybe that is one of the like big downsides. I think for sideboard, like we're definitely bringing in like Shaper Sanctuary, probably bringing in the Endurances. I don't know how heavy I'm going to end up sideboarding. I do not want to dilute my deck that much, but we'll see. Okay, we drew another Glistener Elf, which means that I probably have like one more turn to really get this going. That's the. Just gonna unholy heat. Do I just want to roll the dice with 4 cards in hand? I really don't want to. Really don't want to roll the dice here. I'd rather just like. Seems like either a counter spell or another removal spell is definitely in my future. But then like, am I winning? Am I winning if I just pass the turn here with Listener Elf in play? Probably not, but I'll just let them kill this and then play Glistener Elf. Glizzy Elf. Don't let that become a thing. I suppose they could have just countered the Glistener Elf and I would have been equally in trouble. But we'll see. Are we drawing 2 or are we stealing my elf? That's the question. If they steal my elf, I try to feel, I mean, pretty good about that because we can just vines it in response. Okay. They're just going to draw 2. It's obviously not good for me. It's good for them. Yeah, I think maybe just going Sultai is just the way, because like you just kind of have to have Blighted Agent to a degree, right? Like having all these creatures that can be blocked is kind of unfortunate when we don't draw Phyrexian Crusader. I am just dead to so much here, but we're gonna just give it the old college try. Okay, we're gonna get this countered, and then we're gonna go to the next game. Okay, you did it. You succeed. All right. So for this matchup, we definitely want endurances because we have to keep them off of. It's not only a good blocker, but we also have to keep them off of their Murktide Regent for as long as possible. As far as like what to take out, I'll have to decide. Let's see. Do I have an old book where I used to keep like sideboard stuff for Infect? This was back when Infect was actually like a good deck. And obviously, like, Murktide Regent wasn't printed yet, so there's no way of really telling, like, how I would sideboard here, but, like, I don't know, I think you probably just take out, you just trim on a little bit of everything. Mutagenic growths, probably trim on to some degree. Definitely bringing in Spellskite here.
At the sweet prize I won.
Bant Knight, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Veil of Summer is iffy. It's like you can get around them countering something, but I don't necessarily think it's good. So I'm actually not going to run Veil. I would run it if we were playing against like Jund or something like that. Paper Sanctuary I definitely want. And then as far as like pulling their creatures, I guess it's relevant, like Fatal Push. And then the takeouts, like I said, I just really want to trim on stuff. So like a couple of Mutagenic growths is fine. Could even cut honestly all of them, it'd be fine. I really like Phyrexian Crusader in this matchup. Trim on a few more things. I don't want to go too light on the pump spells. Maybe we just thought seize for that reason. And then we have to cut one more card. And an ignoble. Or is it Might of Volcros? A Might of Volcros. Not ignoble. Ignoble is like kind of decent here because they're just like free pump spells essentially. Not gonna bring in the hearse because it's just kind of overkill with endurance. Okay, let's get our ass beat and then we can play some Pioneer. Or maybe we win, I don't know. I'm keeping this hand. It seems like a free win for blue-red, honestly. Don? Hey, stop. My dog is like trying to growl at the cat under the door. He just waits until I stream and then he goes fucking ballistic. Really just how it goes. Okay, that's a good draw actually. You have to watch out for Blood Moon here. That is definitely something that they could do. Belsky seems like pretty awesome draw. If they just go land pass, I might be taxed into, yeah. Fortunately, I think, okay, good. That was a good draw. I was gonna say I might be taxed into just playing the Plague Stinger. I'm a little worried about a counter spell here, but I have to risk that. So we'll get a forest. Play Plague Stinger. If they counter it, then we'll just dig for another Infector. We do have endurance. They can definitely lose to just endurance. Because people aren't careful with their life totals against Infect. They get low enough to just get killed by regular damage. Okay. Fine. Pretty good draw. I'm gonna play the Peatland because Shocking would have kind of like given a tell that we have some kind of interaction. And I want to actually see if they attack here. I would love for them to get Delirium. Yikes. Okay, well, at least we can get our swamp, just in case they go for Blood Moon. Very obviously would board in this matchup. Now all of a sudden I'm definitely feeling like I should have kept the Rancors in for sure. That would have mitigated some of this like awkwardness with the creatures not being able to get in there. Yeah, I think Rancor, if you're playing black green, I think Rancor has to be in your deck. Almost like your Distortion Strike. But it's like a recurring pump spell. I know everyone has cut it, but like it feels wrong when people are playing like creatures that get in front of your Infectors. Because like I really don't want to waste pump spells on just attacking and getting chump blocked, right? That feels bad. Okay. This works the way okay, yeah, I was about to say. And they probably just have a remove spell, right? Well, luckily they let us Go to our turn. Yeah, maybe you need more Shaper's Sanctuary in the sideboard for like this particular matchup. Because like this feels relatively bad. We're not able to really combat their like 1-for-1 removal spells that well. Like Shaper's Sanctuary feels like so good against them. Now I'm priced to like, oh, it feels like they could just go main phase Murktide, get me, but I have to see if I can remove this Dragon's Rage Channeler. So hopefully they don't do that. Send me home, opponent. I'm ready to go. And they could have a counter spell here, but you got it, dude. Jesus. One infect damage. Say go. God, this is bad. Jesus. What happened to Infect, man? Where did it all go wrong? Was it the printing of like 15,000 efficient removal spells that did it? No one will ever know. Scientists cannot figure it out. Was it giving blue-red 50 million good cards across all formats? No one will ever know. Okay. I think I learned my lesson. God. What happened, man? Like that person who was like cool in high school and like, no, I'm not gonna disparage anybody for, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like, but like, you know what I mean? It's like someone who just fell off like completely. That's kind of how I feel about it. I guess Sultai has to be the way, right? You have to play Blighted Agent. You can't skim on the unblockable stuff. I mean, if you are gonna play Black Green, you gotta play Rancor because there's just no way to get through these creatures. Like I held back so many attacks with Glistener Elf because I just could not attack. Period. I couldn't do it. I mean, to be fair, we didn't play Phyrexian Crusader one time, so I'm gonna blame it on that. Son, come here. Hey, get back in that bed. Get in that bed. Oh, my dog's being bad. Nothing's new. He's trying to attack the cat under the door, which is funny because if I open up the door, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to stare at each other. Okay, so in a change of pace, there's a Pioneer deck that I want to try because I'm done burning tickets for today, I think. Let's see. It's literally just blue-red spells. It's like the Pioneer deck that everyone's playing. I feel like. Where is it at? That's not it. I liked it the other day, so I'm just scrolling through my timeline here to see where it's at. Because boop boop boop. I could probably just find it on the 5.0 dumps, honestly. That ain't it. Boy, where is the stack at? Those like blue-red spells. Oh, here it is. Found it. Play Wild Defiance. Man, I don't know if I should be playing Infect. That's the fucking problem right there. I think we're just gonna roll with this, honestly. Just change up the pace a little bit, play some Pioneer, play something that's actually good. But I don't know. This deck seems so obviously good. Like it's unreal to me that Blue Red and Pioneer has so much good shit. But I guess if you're gonna compete with Winota. But yeah, if I were to change anything, I would definitely like the Shapers. I feel like it's Shaper Sanctuary over the Veil of Summer. Probably over fucking Earth too. Like if we get Shaper Sanctuary at any point in that game, we're fucking good. Yeah, just something like that. And then play Rancor. Play Rancor over like you have to cut some. Play like 2 of them. Cut like Might of Volcarosa and like I don't know, a Fatal Push or something like that. Be kind of cute. Okay, let's trade. We traded that. Let's import this deck. Let's see. Probably don't even have a deck list here. Actually, they said they got 9th on breakers. Let's just look it up really quick. Boom. Pioneer's fun. I just haven't been able to like really hit a stride with it, honestly. Oh, this has been a deck that's also been like really popular too, is Ledger Shredder with Arclight Phoenix. Like literally everyone is just playing blue-red because it's just so obviously good. Just lock them outside. You know what I'm saying? Just lock them outside. Yeah. Maybe not. What is this saying? Is this saying that they're not going to rent me Ledger Shredders? I swear to God. They don't. I'm going to be a little annoyed. Temporarily experiencing a shortage of Ledger Shredders. Are you kidding me, bro? What do I pay you guys for? Keep getting rolled in leagues with blue-white hammer? That sucks, man. Sorry. Bro. I just sold this fucking card because I was like, I have mana traders. I don't need Ledger Shredders in my account. I had fucking like 3 of them. Because, I don't know, I just was fucking opening chests and I won an entire set of the thing from winning the Modern Challenge. But like, seriously, dude, I'm about to fucking go off on a rant for you guys. So like, I don't know if anyone else gets, I feel like I'm a fucking crazy person because everyone's like, oh, mana traders are so great. It's like, I've been using this fucking service for like 5 years, okay? I've been paying them like maximum amount. I took a break with COVID, but like fucking using this service for like 5 years. Why the fuck are they experiencing a shortage of Ledger Shredders? I bet you if I go to GoatBots right now, I could buy Ledger Shredders. I bet you. Let's test the theory. Let's see. Let's see if you can buy, if it is a readily available card. Let's see. Let's see how easy it is to get Ledger Shredders. I might be wrong. Maybe I am. Here, let's check. Let's check. Okay? Because, like, here's the thing that I don't fucking like about this. I am not paying mana traders to be, like, fiscally wise with their investments. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking, like... I'm not funding them to be, like, a speculative company. You know what I mean? Okay, so these people don't, I just want to make sure. They don't have Ledger Shredder. Yeah, okay. So they don't have it. So maybe it is. Maybe it is just not available right now. Yeah, they're $50, but like I literally, me singularly, as one person, pay Mana Traders like 50 something dollars a month. And considering all the people that use Mana Traders service, like they make more than enough money monthly off of this essentially turnkey operation to afford cards when they spike. You know what I mean? That's just kind of like the cost of doing business, right? If you're in this market and you are just like there to provide players with cards, like of course there are going to be cards that spike. That's the cards that the players want, right? So like to me it is a huge fallacy to be like, well, we don't have the card that everybody needs. Sorry, I know you're giving me $60 a month, but like I can't afford 4 copies of this $50 card. Sorry. It's like what, you know? It's ridiculous, man. Like eat the cost. They didn't have Kappa Cannoneers. I looked. They didn't have Kappa Cannoneers for like 2 weeks after it came out, and GoatBots had them. They just refused to pick them up for like, you know, $80 a piece or whatever. So I had to go out and get them on Moto, and they were fucking pricey, obviously. So yeah, I'm so glad I sold my Ledger Shredders, because now I have to essentially I can't really play this deck, right? Because like without Shredders, it's kind of like pointless. I'll probably have to trade this back, honestly, because I'm not going to buy them. I literally sold 3 of them off of my account, so I'm not going to purchase 4 just to play them through a league. Seems kind of ridiculous. You know, one of the facts, I really don't even think the card's good. That's the fucking funny thing. I mean, I think it's obviously good. I don't think it's as good as people think it is. I think it's pretty like niche, honestly. Like you don't play it in every deck. All right, so I have to figure out. So is there a replacement card that we can play? I mean, a lot of people are playing just Thing in the Ice instead, which seems kind of bad. I mean, I guess like you probably just play Dreadhorde Arcanist, right? Yeah, let's just play Dreadhorde Arcanist. Let's get Dreadhorde Arcanist. It's the only other card that like fits in that slot. And honestly, that's what people did anyway. They literally just took out Dreadhorde Arcanist and inserted Ledger Shredder. And truth be told, I don't even really know if that's better. I don't know. It's probably close. I think both have their merits. My only issue that I take with Ledger Shredder, honestly, is the fact that it doesn't grow unless you discard non-land cards. And like those are the cards you want most of the time. It allows you to get like kind of cycle through your hand and sort of like what do you call it? Build your hand up a little bit better. Like if you're flooding, you can obviously discard your lands, and you need lands, and obviously you can discard your non-lands and grow it. I get that, but I just think like I don't know, it's kind of counterintuitive unless you're playing cards that like you can recur from the graveyard. A lot of people are playing it in Legacy 2 as a 4 of, and I think that's really ambitious. I don't really mind the card as a 1 or 2 of, honestly. I think it's fine for that, but I think, like I said, I think it's a little overestimated. All right, so we're putting Dreadhorde Arcanist in. Your boy, Zombie. And let's just get a better mountain than this, because mountain is ugly. Probably just gonna be mirrors. Okay. Get the Tablet of the Guilds is very interesting to me. Whenever you cast a spell, at least one of the certain colors. So you just name blue red. Did Arena fuck up the MTGO economy? You know, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't don't think so. In what way? Because I feel like it I feel like it didn't, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I'll change the name. Playing you are Prowess and Pioneer. Way less drafts on Moto now. You might be right. I don't know if that necessarily like fucked up the economy, but like it is definitely easier to draft on Arena than it is Moto. Like I enjoy drafting more on Arena than Moto, and that's saying something because I really don't like Arena all too much. But that being said, I mean, the cards are still fucking expensive on Moto, so at least some of them. I think this is a keep. As long as you have like lands and cantrips, it's fine. Obviously, it'd be better if we had a threat, but this is okay. Oh, what do you know? It's gonna be a mirror match. Oh, cool. Got him. Until Pioneer experiences like a banning or something, it's gonna be like nonstop because people are probably testing for the Pro Tour right now. I'm not saying that's what my opponent's doing, but like it's gonna be nonstop blue-red mirrors and Winota mirrors, and the occasional like black-red player. Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe this is something else. Okay. This is Aetherworks Marvel. Just less rare being open. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't really think about it like that, but you're probably right. Black Red does seem strong. Every time I play it, I just go like 3-2 with it. You know, I'm tired of, I don't know. I feel like Blue Red's just superior, but maybe I'm just biased. Kind of what I was digging for is like a 1-drop. They have like what, Whirler Virtuoso and Rogue Refiner. Alright, let's do this. Progressive iteration, get the Prowess trigger. We can put Bright Dragon in our hands, Reckless Rage at the bottom, exile Steam Vents, play the Steam Vents. Yes. Strangle this. 2 for 3. No. Yeah, Thoughtseize is cool. I mean, it is it's very good against like some of the combo decks in the metagame and stuff like that. I just like Treasure Cruise is just so fucking good. Well, it looks like they either don't have an Aetherworks Marvel now or really wanted to remove that creature. Just Sprite Dragon, consider 1, 2, 5. Could just, yeah, never mind. That's 6, and then we could, yeah. Good. Attack you for 3. There you go. Did you know energy was originally supposed to be the original Mirrodin block that got replaced with charge counters? No, I did not know that. Kind of interesting. Okay, Aetherworks Marvel. So they have to pay 5. Alright. Go iteration. Trigger here. think I'm just, yeah, put opt in the hand, put this at the bottom, put consider there. Let's go. Consider. I don't really know what I'm looking for here. Let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. I just want to see the deck really quick, double check. So we have a play with fire. And I haven't played my land drop yet, so 6 plus 7, 9. I can't kill them. I guess I don't put that in my graveyard. Let's go opt. That's fine. Consider. Yes. Swing for 7, puts you to 4. All right. Hope I brought my braids. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get to spin the wheel here. I think the only thing is like disdainful stroke. Oh god damn, they're gonna gain life. Aether Gust seems okay. All right, so we have to hope they miss. I'm assuming they're trying to hit Ulamog. Yep, there's Ulamog. So they're gonna remove Steam Vents and Pride Dragon probably. And if they sack this, then they can cast another spell. Yeah, it might be done. That's fucking funny. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're not gonna have enough this turn. So I think what I'm gonna do is just play Spire Bluff tapped and then pass here, and I'm just gonna bounce Ulamog back to their hand. I mean, I could let them hit me. That's kind of fine. I don't know. It's tough because like I have to get in. This kind of saved them because the life gain was like significant as well. But also just getting the additional counters on Aetherworks Marvel is like kind of important. So I don't think I can recover from that. I suppose I could return, yeah. I could have returned Aetherworks Marvel to their hand, I suppose. Delicate Awakening. Oh. Sure. That's kind of cute with Aetherworks Marvel. So if you draw like your Ulamogs or whatever, hopefully they main phase this. That would be ideal. Might be bad because they'll probably just end up hitting another one, but we'll see. Vessel of Nascency. Okay. Put Soulscar Mage in our hand, put Strangle in the bottom, exile this. Yes, I am cruising here. Let's cruise. Whatever. I guess if they like cast whatever at instant speed, like I don't really have any ways to deal with that anyway, so. Are they like just not blocking? So like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 can almost kill them. Yeah, that's fine. I wonder why they didn't activate this, because this ignores timing restrictions, right? Very interesting. And this says you reveal the top 4 cards, put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land, or planeswalker. Vessel of Nascency was so cool, like with Delirium. Like, I do miss that standard. That was a really fun time in standard. Like, the card is so unplayable in reality, but it was so good at triggering Delirium. What did they put in their hand? They put another Vessel in their hand, basically. This is a very good display too of like just the sheer power of blue red and Pioneer. Like, our opponent got to do pretty much everything that they wanted to do, and they're still facing down lethal. Like, they literally cast an Ulamog this game. Oh my god, this is so nostalgic. I loved this card when it was in standard. Yeah, they're fucking dead as fuck. Is there anything I have to play around here? I don't think so, right? Still get my scry trigger. Oh yeah, standard used to be good. Standard, I don't know if you remember, but standard used to be the only format I played. I also like how I kept the shittiest fucking island art in my deck. Ugh, so annoying. Okay, so we bring in Disdainful Strokes. Spell Pierce is probably coming in here. The Strangle wasn't terrible. They're not playing like a huge concentration of creatures or anything like that, so I think I can afford to take like Strangle and Reckless Rage out. And just like probably just bring in Aether Gust, honestly. Yeah, standard used to be really fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think back of when I last enjoyed standard. It was probably, was it Dominaria? Dominaria might be the last time I really enjoyed standard. And then after that, yeah, I really think it was. I think that was the last time I fucking like legitimately played standard. And then I don't know, after that I kind of just forgot about that shit because it just hasn't been good since. Oh, I take that back. I played standard back when like I think Ikiora came out, because I was playing like Lucafire's mirrors and stuff like that all day, and I gotta tell you, man, that was the worst time I've ever had playing Magic. I literally can't remember a time where I like was more begrudgingly queuing up for ladder games. And I don't know why I was doing it. I think I was just trying to hit Mythic and like see how far I could get, but I was just torturing myself. Yeah, I mean, like, not incredible. Doc Vessel? In with Aether. Okay. I don't think if there's any merit. Do you think they play any like 2-drop creatures? Probably not, right? But I also don't think I'm using the Spell Pierce on. We'll just, I don't think I'm gonna consider it, and I don't think I'm gonna Spell Pierce. Vessel, yeah, sure. Have that shit. I would walk the ocean for you. Last time I played standard was Shadows over Innistrad. Bant Coco was so fucking fun. Had Baby Jace, Reflector Mage, Dustwatch Recruiter. Yeah, man, like That was when like standard power level was like pretty fucking good too. Like, I don't know. Overall, it just felt like it was a good format, right? I don't think I'm actually attacking here. They can make a 1/1 Thopter and block me. I'm kind of like whatever about that, but I really want to hold up. I mean, I could double play with fire on this fucking dude. Feels bad to waste 2 spells, like 2 for 1 myself. Oh, and Bounding Krasis was sick, yeah. I played Bounding Krasis in Modern for a little bit with what do you call it? It was Jiki Jiki. Like go infinite with Bounding Krasis. So funny. They're just gonna make, well, they probably actually don't make a 1/1 here. Oh, they do, okay. Yeah, maybe maybe like paying respect for Whirler Voturoso was a reason to keep in like some removal. Want to play Dimir Food deck. So damn bad, but Burb is too expensive. Dimir Food, are you talking about is that the modern deck are you talking about? Like the one that goes infinite or whatever with Time Sieve? Oh shit, you know what? I wasn't supposed to do that there. They're gonna harness lightning my thing. Or a braid. That feels almost even worse. Yes. Where's my Murktide regions? Asmo, yeah. I saw Aspiring Squad playing the deck, and I saw like Doomwake playing it and stuff like that. It seems really solid. What are they? It seems fun for sure too. There's a lot of triggers. Canister 5-0'd with the Sultai version, splashing green for Giganta and Nature's Claim. Nature's Claim's interesting. Wonder if there are just like better options there. Not that I am in any like real position to question it. I just feel like there's got to be something better than Nature's Claim. I guess you don't really care about them gaining life when you're just going to take infinite turns, right? No, we'll keep Monster Swift Spear on top, even though like we do kind of need to draw cards. That's overboard, but this is applying a decent amount of pressure to my opponent, so I would love to hit a Treasure Cruise. I need a Treasure Cruise pretty soon. That's fun. Trying to figure out a White Splash for ending in T3. Yeah, that's the thing. That's like where I'm at too with a lot of these God, do I Aether Gust that? It feels really dumb to Aether Gust that, right? Yeah, I just do. Oh, I guess. I'm not doing anything else with this Aether Gust. The longer I wait, the more these cards in my hand become irrelevant. Really would love to hit a Treasure Cruise next turn, or like a Cantrip plus Treasure Cruise. They put Rogue Refiner on top, which is weird, but yeah, I just put T3 in like every deck that I play, honestly. Kind of where I'm at. Okay. Kind of sucks because like one more land and they're out of Spell Pierce range for Aetherworks Marvel. They have so much fucking energy. But at least next turn I can queue up into the Bugbear. What are you doing, son? Oh, I guess I should be putting Gigantha in my hand, huh? I didn't even think about that. Oh. Okay. Well, it just like took way too long to get anything going. I think given like the things that I saw, I think I'm actually gonna make room for those removal spells after all. Strangle seems pretty decent. It just answers everything that they have without needing any additional like removal or any additional threats or whatever. So trying to think of like what to trim here. I mean, I suppose I could trim like play with fire. Maybe an opt. That's fine. Reveal my companion that I never put in my hand. Ugh, and you guys think? We are playing 18 lands. Here's 5 of them. We would have 13 left in our deck. So like hypothetically, we should not draw any more lands for like the rest of the game, right? 10 out of 53 cards. Or I'm sorry, 13 out of 53 cards. Or do you guys think we could get a better 6? This is kind of, I mean, I know a lot of people would just say mulligan this hand. I'm gonna mulligan it. Okay. Feel better now. Keep. Let's bottom the cruise, I think. That hand was basically like a bad 6 anyway. Back you, say go. Fine. We don't really need an additional Arcanist. I mean, I kind of like putting the Spire Bluff in my hand and the other one in exile. I guess if they kill the one Arcanist, it's good. Yeah. Bottom, put that one in exile. Ask consider. Yes. Draw. Ask consider. Graveyard. I feel like no way Ledger Shredder can compare to this. You know what I mean? Yeah, these Strangles definitely were worth keeping in. Okay, so we drew a land, that's good. I'm gonna hold up the Disdainful Stroke. I am just gonna play this. Attack you. Strangle. Palace triggers. 3. Play that, pass the turn. Mana Traders has Shredders now. I mean, that's fine. I don't know. I just don't. I don't even. Honestly, I don't even want them. If I were gonna play them, I'd probably play like one or two. And maybe I'm wrong. Me personally, it's like a me thing. Like I just don't really, just don't really like the card, honestly. I know it seems kind of weird because everyone's like super high on it, but okay, so this is kind of weird. I guess we just attack with all the peeps. Now, do we play Dreadhorde Arcanist here, or do we play... Dreadhorde Arcanist is more mana efficient, but Soulscar Mage represents like more damage in the short term. I guess we'll play Dreadhorde Arcanist. Hold up the Disdainful Stroke. Sure. And if they cast like Aetherworks Marble or something this turn, okay. So they're just literally doing nothing. Just keep drawing more Dreadhorde Arcanists that we can't do anything with. Okay, hit you for 3 again. Okay. Bonus not really doing anything, so that's good. Or I could try to... No, I can't do that. Let's just cast another Arcanist, I suppose. Are they shocked? Let's say I wonder if this is Spider's name is. I'm just gonna attack here. Attack. Okay. Play a land. Play Soulscar Mage. Pass the turn. Pretty heavily representing a counterspell or like some form of interaction, but like I don't really care. There's not really a way to play around Aetherworks Marvel and do more stuff, I guess. Rogue Refiner's fine. We have an answer to that. Okay, so we have 4 cards in the graveyard. We could delve, draw 3 cards, and potentially hit another untapped land. I don't even really feel the need to upgrade any Mana Trader's Gold. Yeah, I would recommend it, I think. I think it's probably worth it. I hear so many people say like they can't they like don't have the amount of tickets to rent the deck that they need. Yeah, 400 tickets with how pricey like some of the decks in the metagame are now, it's like, you know, it's so hard to just be like on a 400 ticket limit. So now I can just cast Treasure Cruise and fucking... Yeah. With that. Play this and just attack. Alright, next turn we can do some stuff, so they better make this one count. Just keep gaining life. I'll just keep winning the game. Yeah, I could not. I could not do what I do with the 400 ticket maximum. So I understand, like, especially because like a lot of the fun decks to play are like fucking 800 tickets and shit, and 1,000 tickets and stuff. Hell, some of them go past the fucking gold subscription, and you need to increase your rental limit, right? So I trust me, man. I understand. I wouldn't be able to survive on that one, but I also am very vocal about my displeasure for mana traders from time to time. Um, it's not that I'm not glad mana traders exist. I am. I just I don't like that they never have the fucking cards that I need. Gonna consider now. I want like proactive spells. That's not good for me. I need something better than that. Come on, deck.
And I don't want to hear another word about our personal problems until I get this down.
And look at the sweet prize I won.
Arnz's 817, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. My girlfriend is trying to convince me to start streaming. It's it's an interesting hobby. Yeah, my fiance is like, I'm the opposite. She used to stream too. It's, I don't know, streaming is like sometimes streaming is like really fun. I don't know if you've streamed before. It's man, the start of streaming is really the worst part of it, right? Like the best part about streaming is when you start to get like established and you start to get like some concurrent viewership and like sort of build a community and stuff like that. He doesn't really understand how not easy it is. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to, is like, unfortunately, especially in the realm of, so first of all, variety streaming, you can just forget about that. Like coming off the, I mean, I'm just being realistic. Like variety streaming does not work unless you already have a following. Like if you are big from like a podcast, you have a huge social media following, or you're just already an established streamer, then you can definitely variety stream and take, you know, somewhat of a hit on your regular viewer base, but like people are going to come watch you for you. What the fuck? So like, let's just say you want to stream Magic, right? Well, there's a ton of popular Magic streamers already, and they are already established, and they are going to pull most of the viewership from the category. So like you yourself have to like sort of battle for a position there. And how you go about doing that, there's no formula, right? There's no step-by-step process to becoming like a Magic streamer who has like good viewership, right? You have to work on your brand, you have to work on your stream, like you know, your equipment and everything like that. That stuff all helps, but even then your work put in does not translate directly to viewership, and sometimes it can be demoralizing. Like you buy a $400 microphone, you buy a $200 webcam, you set up all your widgets and everything like that, and go through the growing pains of like building your stream and making it look nice and all this stuff like that, and you know, you get like one viewer or something for the entire like 4 or 5 hours you stream. It can be, you know, it can be rough sometimes, but if you stick with it and you know, you just stay persistent with it, you will get viewership. You know, you're a very likable person, and you have a very good attitude about the game, I think, and there's a real reason why people would watch you. So I think that you can be successful with it. You just have to be prepared to endure that grind. So it looks like we're playing against Winoder. Initially, I was going to play the Sprite Dragon, but knowing what I know, I'm going to have to dig for a removal here. So I think I'm just going to play the Dreadhorde Arcanist. See what they play next. This is looking like the old Winota. Okay. Well, there's some strangles, which is really just what the doctor ordered. So what do we do here? We can go expressive iteration. I'm afraid I'm not gonna hit a land. So let's just do this first. Let's go opt. Bottom. Okay, there's a land. Go strangle. There. Get fucked. Cast the strangle. Good thing we're not running Ledger Shredder. And this might have been a bad game, but now it's looking pretty goddamn good. Oh, I forgot to cast my Consider. Whoops. Yeah, it just seems like a huge commitment and time sink to build a following. It is, but I mean, yeah, that's a good point. So Desiree says it's only a time sink if you think it is. That's really true. I mean, like, it's like it's a labor of love. You know what I mean? Not something that you necessarily do because you're trying to actively build a following. I think it's something that you do because you like it, you know? And you just have to accept the fact that, like, more than likely, like, you're probably not going to become a famous streamer, right? Not in this market anyway. Maybe like another platform opens up or something. Okay, so I don't really see an opportunity to play Sprite Dragon here. I'm just gonna expressive iteration, I think, and just look for a removal spell because I really have to get as many. Bottom, exile that. I really have to get as many opportunities to get removal as possible here, so I'm gonna opt. There's a Reckless Rage, but now I don't have. Kind of sucks because now I don't have a. Really wish this was a Consider, in all honesty. So if I bottom this and hit a land, I can potentially Consider. Fuck. They take 4. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't hit a removal spell. I mean, I know I bottomed a Reckless Rage, but we couldn't cast it, so they just go land Winota here. It's kind of painful. Oh, thank God they're not casting Winota. I mean, Voice is still annoying, but okay, that's a good draw. Go Bright Dragon. Consider. Start auto yielding to these triggers here. Yeah, we'll put Treasure Cruise in the graveyard. Draw another Treasure Cruise apparently. Let's go attack. We will cast another Consider. Triggers. We don't need Dread or Darkness. That's cool. Jesus Christ. Telling me you want to kill this guy, huh? I mean, we are getting a shit ton of value out of this card. I could Reckless Rage something, but it doesn't answer like the fact that they're gonna kill this, so I'm just gonna trade for a Prosperous Innkeeper. Play this tapped and then pass. I think I'm pretty set up to win here. Okay. What do? They take our Sprite Dragon? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they basically have to just hold back their voices. Okay. Let's just treasure cruise, I think. This is smart. Treasure cruise. We're gonna exile things that we let's recast from the graveyard first. And oh well, it looks like it's just gonna be everything. I mean, I could technically. Okay, cool. So we drew another Sprite Dragon, so we can go. Play Sprite Dragon. Go ahead and I suppose just play this tapped. We can go to combat and attack with everything. And I mean, so they've been stuck on 3 lands. I believe that one of the cards in their hand is Winota, and I kind of want to hold up Reckless Rage for that. So I don't want to attack and give them a 4/4 essentially. So I'm just gonna attack with this, and then I think I'm just gonna play our mage here. I understand that if they do play land Winota, I am gonna have to give them a token, but it is what it is. Okay, so they're gonna take my other Sprite Dragon. He's throwing a lot of lands. Guess I could attack with Den of the Bugbear, but they just block with a voice. Could bounce it with an Otawara, or I'm trying to think. If I bounce a Brutal Cathar on their instep, what does that do for me? It gives me a 1/1 Sprite Dragon that I can potentially grow. And I would have 2 cards to delve for Treasure Cruise. I suppose I could just put this in my hand for now. Let's pass. Oh god damn it, I forgot that this fucking shit transforms. Fuck, dude. Okay, and it's Winota time. Alright, well that might have just... Oh, there's no Winota. Playing around a card that didn't exist. Okay, well, might be a little in trouble here. I mean, look, if they attack with these, I can block it. You know what I mean? Okay, they're not gonna attack. That's good. So this turn, I think I can just play 2 threats and flip these back. See, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just play Gigantha here. Trying to work up a win here, but it's not making it easy for sure. And this will help me cast Treasure Cruise. So wait, never mind, it won't. Not at all, actually. Love you. Wait, no, it won't. I'm stupid. The good thing is my opponent can't really attack with what they currently have, so... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's right, that's right. It triggers twice, okay. Alright, so this will be the one that we target if we kill one. God, Winota is so annoying because it literally just like can play a mid-range game or like a combo game. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. Cool. So this is gonna convince them to like attack with everything, right? Obviously I have to kill that if they do attack with everything. I got 4 shredders from mana shredders earlier when I said they had some. Traded them back because I didn't need them. Increased rental limit to rent food deck. Temporary out of shred. Oh, goddamn. That fucking sucks. Okay. Create your token. I think, so obviously we have to kill this. But I'm trying to think. So we would block here. Get our Gigantha and Sprite Dragon back, and then like we can block the Innkeeper and like one of these or something like that. So we go here. Go here, then kill this. We take 6, 8, 9. We might get him here. I know they get a token, but well, they get 2 tokens. We have to kill them like next turn. But I do get both my creatures back. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Because I can bounce this. Okay, that's a decent start. So what if... do I pay it with this? The iteration. And I guess I don't necessarily have to kill him this turn because I can simply block the elemental token. Let's do this. Let's go here. I'll put Play with Fire in my hand. Consider on, or sorry, this on the bottom, and consider on. We can, let's see, if I bounce this, it costs 3, right? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do that anyway. We Play with Fire this. That goes. Currently they are taking 11. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead as fuck. Nice, got 2 shredders. Hell yeah. Alright. We did it. Okay, so I gotta imagine cards like Aether Gust and Red Cat Melee are specifically for like Minota. I don't think Disdainful Stroke comes in necessarily, although I will say that it does target their more impactful spells. Man, Dreadhorde Arcanist felt like a monster in that matchup. I gotta say, like, that was pretty impressive. So, what do we take out? So, like, Monastery Swiftspear was not, like, super incredible to me in that matchup. It definitely allowed me to get in more damage. And we do need targets for our thing. Reckless Rage, that is. You know, this is probably a very common matchup to sideboard for, and I'm actually not quite sure how to go about doing it. So, like, I could take out one Treasure Cruise, and I could see taking out, like, Monastery Swift Spears. Maybe that's, like, the way to go about doing it. And I don't like cutting a Treasure Cruise, but I kind of have no option. I also have to assume that my opponent is probably going to bring in Rust in Peace against me. Which of course is going to make Dreadhorde Arcanist worse. Could be some reason to bring in Spell Pierce, I guess. But otherwise, Spell Pierce is looking kind of bad. I could also see cutting Dreadhorde Arcanist in some capacity. We're intending on playing around Rest in Peace, but I'm just gonna roll with this. I am considering these Disdainful Strokes, though. Let's bring in Disdainful Stroke. Because Disdainful Stroke can answer their bigger threats that I like actually am worried about. Ooh, this hand is risky bisky, but I'm keeping it. Bucket, throwing 2 Tez, import, places 2 Shredders. There you go. Do it. Okay, that's a good draw. Let's go. Just play with fire on this thing. Get out of here. Then next turn, I guess I'm probably gonna play the Coast and then Soulscar Mage. No 2-drop. Triggers. I don't really need that. Kind of having like an embarrassment of riches over here. I think if they miss an auto land drop, they're going to concede. Okay. Guess not. Yep. Okay. We just absolutely 2-0 dumpstered them. Shredders acquired. Nice. Very nice. Love you, babe. Okay. I'm just gonna finish League. Normally I would mulligan this hand, but with the cantrips in hand, I feel pretty safe to keep it. Yeah, that game felt really good. This definitely feels like something that could keep Winota in check all day, but that's only because blue-red is like equally busted. Turn. Definitely looking for lands here. Up. Play the second Monastery Swift Spear. Attack them for 3. Yeah, we just raced them. Historically, Izzet has kind of a hard time against Burn, so interested to see like how this matchup goes. The True Treasure Cruise is kind of awkward. I'm anticipating they play a Eidolon this turn. That's why I didn't really want to prioritize using my Reckless Rage. Okay, so they're that deck, I see. Well, in that case, let's... If I attack, I know that they are not going to block. I'm going to consider here. It's Prowess triggers. Looking for another land. I'll put that in graveyard. Yikes. Okay, well, let's go ahead and kill this. Let that get out of hand. Yeah, the Boros deck is interesting, the Boros Heroic deck. I've played it before, and I absolutely fucking hated it, but a lot of people seem to have a lot of success with it, so... you know, I can see where it gains some merits. Red Horde Arcanist is a little scary. Okay. Another land. I am just going to play... Well, I'm going to attack first. They obviously don't block. And we play a Dread Horde Arcanist of our own. Very possible that they have a Reckless Rage of their own. We will lose 2 creatures if that's the case, but we will be able to Treasure Cruise if that happens, so that's good. The fact that we have Dread Horde Arcanist out on the battlefield means that they can't just play Feather. They have to actually answer it before they do that, so we're holding them off of that. Okay, there's Reckless Rage. And I'm assuming they're going to attack and cast again. It helps that they hit their 3rd land there too, because now if they have another removal spell, they could cast it as well. If we lose both of our creatures, then we will be able to Treasure Cruise for 1, so it's not the end of the world. They're tanking though. They're wondering, I guess, what they're gonna do next. I don't know if their option is either play a removal spell or a creature. And it looks like they might just play a creature on end step or on second main phase. I think they have another removal spell in their hand though. Yeah, I think they're trying to align like a turn with so may just end up having to do this. Treasure Cruise for 2. I don't think I can cast Sprite Dragon this turn. There's a Strangle. So it's a question of, do we strangle this or the Illuminator Virtuoso? The Virtuoso represents like a fair amount of damage, and if they untap with it, it's gonna be very hard to kill. So I'm gonna strangle it instead, because as it stands, while they get a lot more value out of their Dreadhorde Arcanist, I just can't answer this if it gets too big and they untap with it. So I will attack for 3, and you know, this is also getting them at a relatively low life total. They do have to play it a little bit more carefully here, and we'll just tapped. This card is very scary though. If they like untap with it and stuff, I mean, this card can deal some fucking damage. So definitely got to watch out for it. I mean, that is like priority number 1. I don't love the fact that they have a Dreadhorde Arcanist, but I think that was probably the best target there. This is the unfortunate part, because they can just start like sort of drawing cards, like they can gain card advantage through the Arcanist. If we do draw a 1-mana spell and they don't kill Monastery Swiftspear, we can kill them next turn, provided they don't have any removal. They're defiantly striking. Can't kill me though, right? So we need a 1-mana spell and we win, basically. We play a very good amount of them, so it's not impossible. Hopefully they don't hit another land, because I feel like that's kind of what they're digging for, is like a 4th land drop. Hit me for 10. Go to 4. Alright. Oh, sweet. We win. Good. Okay, Red Cat melee is definitely coming in. Aether Gust, probably okay to bring in. Spell Pierce, probably okay to bring in. I don't know about Unlicensed Hearse here. Exiling their graveyard is only relevant if they have Dreadhorde Arcanist. And I honestly think I can probably sort of board the same way I boarded the last matchup. Just like take out with spears, cut like... I honestly don't know if Spell Pierce is worth it, because our removal is kind of like a Spell Pierce anyway. So like maybe we don't bring in Spell Pierce. That's probably just too cute, right? Cut like a Treasure Cruise. I don't know if I bring in Unlicensed Hearse or not. I mean, like, exiling their graveyard seems, like I said, it's only relevant if they stick a Dreadhorde Arcanist and they're able to keep it. Maybe it's worth bringing in one. And I know this is strictly for burn, but maybe there's some merits to bringing it in. I don't know. I feel like I play much more removal than they do, so like I should technically have an advantage here. And plus I have a flyer that throws out of reach of like their removal spell. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with this and see what it does. There's a lot of cards that I could see potentially bringing in. Hey, Moto, don't try to screw me over. Yeah, this seems fine. Would like a 1-drop, but I did cut my Swift Spears, so I guess I can't complain that much. Okay. I definitely think this could also be a very play draw dependent matchup, you know, depending on how you look at it. Because with them on the play, I feel less comfortable being able to deal with their threats, especially if they play it smartly and they don't, you know, overextend into my removal. So we'll see how it all pans out. As it stands, I don't think I'm going to be able to cast Reckless Rage. Especially if obviously they remove my creature. Yeah, I kind of suspected it would happen. I wonder if we're gonna see another Reckless Rage from them. I think we would have saw it on instep if anything. I do not hit a land here. I think I'm pressed into casting Expressive Iteration just to keep hitting my land drops. If I do hit a land, then I'll just play Dreadhorde Arcanist. I only have 3 cards in hand, though. It's looking slightly promising for me. Seems like they have a very answer-heavy hand. There's Dreadhorde Arcanist, so... could be bad. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Well, I'm putting this in my hand. Putting this on the bottom, and I'm exiling that, I suppose. Passing the turn. Good lord. Alright, well. That was obviously not how I wanted that to go down, but trying to think if there at any point like I want anything else. Maybe, you know, it's worth going down another treasure cruise just to bring in like some earlier interaction like Spell Pierce, you know. Spell Pierce is nice to blank a, especially because they don't really grow beyond like a certain, like they get like 3 lands in play and like that's it. Unless you're me, I flood with that deck all the time, but they don't play that many lands. Target it. gonna be very hard to answer without sticking a Dreadhorde Arcanist of my own. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop a Treasure Cruise and maybe another creature or something for 2 Spell Pierces. My plan was to never let them like resolve a, well, they can resolve a Dreadhorde Arcanist, that's fine, but like, you know, melee it, Reckless Rage it, whatever. But I guess like on the draw it was a little difficult to deal with it early on. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose. How do they do their scries? Pick up 1 card on top. Didn't draw a land. Let's consider anything that's not a land we're throwing back. Jesus Christ. Guess I upkeep this. Surely there's got to be a land somewhere. I feel like they probably have, I don't know. I mean, maybe they don't. I was going to say, like, I feel like they probably have a creature on top. We'll see. Obviously, you protect it. Like, I don't know. Maybe their internet's not very good, but they are very far behind on the clock. It's always frustrating. They're like 8 minutes behind me. And this is not going to be a matchup that goes to time. So I'm literally, if I lose, I'm going to have to wait like till they're like 2 minutes left on the clock to beat me. Well, I would like for that not to happen. And I can't concede this game because like there is like this sliver of a chance that I can come back here. Did you say something? Oh, sorry, I didn't know if you said something. Yeah, I think they probably got me, and I assume they scryed a creature on top, which they did. Well, we can kill this, and we can't kill anything else. So let's go to the next game. And I'm gonna cut another Treasure Cruise here. I don't know how good Aether Gust is, to be completely honest. Sprite Dragon. I'm just debating whether or not Swift Spear needs to stay in the deck because of Reckless Rage. Can be kind of relevant. I think I would have to get pretty far ahead in order to like really resolve this card, play it, and like back on it for a little while. Just exile stuff out of their graveyard to where they couldn't cast it. I mean, it does make their Dreadhorde Arcanist like a lot fucking worse. Maybe there's some merits to like cutting Sprite Dragon for it. You can also grow it out of the range of their removal. Although, never mind. They play fucking the 1-mana artifact that exiles a permanent 2 or less, so I think that's actually probably bad. Yeah, we'll just roll like this. Okay. Think with what I have currently, I mean, I have no cantrips. So it kind of makes me want to keep my lands, but I think I'm just gonna bottom the island here. It's a pretty good hand, though. I mean, all things considered. Having the play with fire is really nice, followed by the Dreadhorde Arcanist, because if they go like turn 1 Swift Spear or just any generic creature, like we can kill it and then play our Dreadhorde Arcanist, and that pretty much makes Reckless Rage like not a thing that they can do. So we can just kind of sit back on our Dreadhorde Arcanist and like start to actually play more proactively with Sprite Dragon and stuff. Looks like they are mulliganing. Mull to 5. Let's just go ahead and pass. No creature. Kind of expected, I guess. Unfortunate that we just drew that, but I'm trying to think, do we want to play this on red or blue? I'm gonna play it on red. Go Horde Arcanist here. And maybe I'm supposed to play Soulscar Mage and like play around them having a 1-drop plus thing. Well, I have 3 cards in hand. Here's an opt. I want to opt and try to hit a land. Kind of do. Opt, hit a land drop. If I don't hit a land drop, at least I can still play with fire. Now let's just go Soulscar Mage and then play with fire. Not my favorite target, but and the cool thing about Aether Gust too is that like if they get like a creature that's like super big into play, like we can still Aether Gust it, which is nice. Okay, there's Feather, which is probably their biggest threat. So here, that's a pretty decent draw. We go. I just play this. Opt. Bottom that. Reckless Rage is pretty good. Probably just do that, honestly. They can even establish any kind of like protection for this. If I go put that on top of your deck and then next turn they go land and play it, then they might have like God's Will or whatever the card's called. They've I would feel so great if I had Spell Pierce in this hand. I mean, I guess Spell Pierce doesn't get around 1 mana removal spell. Card, right? 3 cards in hand. This is another reason why like Thing in the Ice is good. God, that's annoying. Full. Yep. Thing in the Ice is really good at like just not caring about what Boros heroic does. You gotta attack here, right? I mean, I'm gonna go off on a limb and say they have at least one protection spell in hand. +1/+1 counter on it and prevent all damage. So if they Reckless Rage, then it's not gonna play with fire plus Reckless Rage is not gonna kill it. I have to be very careful about where I play with fire, because if I do it at the wrong time, then they can potentially like. Okay. Essentially like a game of attrition right now. Okay, so they have 1 card in hand. That's interesting. I think I'm gonna attack here. Please do. Yes, please block. Okay. So if I go to kill this and they protect it, I think what I'm gonna do is play with fire targeting them. I think I'm willing to sacrifice the land here. It grows my Sprite Dragon and it gets rid of one of their threats. Wait a second. That definitely should have made me sacrifice a land. I guess I'm putting that on top. It's kind of weird. I feel like that was a bug. Like, am I wrong? I killed their white permanent with a red cat melee. I feel like I was supposed to sacrifice a land there. I feel like that was bad about that. Non-red permanent. Once again, I am attacking your face. Alright, so this puts them dead on board to Sprite Dragon attack next turn. We have Aether Gust in case they try to play a red spell. So I think we got this. Yeah. God, this deck's so good. Like, so obviously good. I appreciate you guys. I got a lot of new viewers tonight, and I've been getting a lot of new viewers as of late on my Twitter and everything like that. I just wanted to say, like, for everybody, like, I really appreciate you guys. I do have a community Discord. You're more than welcome to join it. You can find the invite link in my Twitch bio. That's twitch.tv/Danny_Bambino. And I am also doing donation decks and subscriber decks. So if you would like to subscribe to the stream, it is $5 or free with your Amazon Prime. And basically what comes with that is, of course, all of the emotes and everything, but also you get a free deck tech followed by a league entry with a deck of your choice. It can be something that you made. It can be something that you just want to see in action. And as you know, if you're looking at it from a dollar amount standpoint, leagues are, 10 tickets or $10, and subscription is a $5 value. So really you're getting more bang for your buck. And then after the league, we will do like an out brief, go over what changes we want to see on the deck or whatever the case is based on, how we performed. And yeah, just a great way to sort of see like your creation or another deck in action, essentially. Steam vents. Your steam vents. Raise you Spire Bluff Canal. Grixis, interesting. Probably just gonna look for a threat here. Probably just like Grixis control or some shit. Sure. Okay. That's kind of annoying. But I guess it's gonna be probably like Treasure Cruise and maybe even Reckless Rage, although I think I know what they're playing. I think they're playing that Grixis pile that plays Nicol Bolas. So I actually think I'm just gonna discard 2 lands here. Yeah. Sucks we gotta start from like nothing again, but what we have card advantage for. Okay, put Reckless Rage in my hand, put this in the bottom, and this, play this, and pass. You have to find a creature. Consider. Yep. Voice. Okay. This is honestly just to put another card in the graveyard, but also like I'm not using it on anything else anyway. So like I think I'm probably just gonna cruise this turn. 5. Could strangle this just to get the extra damage in. Potentially cast another spell this turn. Nah, we'll just do. Attack that. Pass the turn. What's up, Bio Broski? How's it going? Sure. Relatively good for me. Could have killed many more creatures with that thing. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable just committing to the board here. Let's opt first. The top here. I don't know if I want to do both Soulscar mages, honestly, but I don't know. They have 2 cards in hand. I can literally just untap with Dreadhorde Arcanist. I think I'm fine. Okay. I think they have to kill this, right? How's a card from their hand or a permanent they control? In Reckless Rage kills Nicobolus the dragon if they play it. I'm pretty sure I can just kill this. Yeah, I guess I'll do this one. So, go ahead and opt here. Trigger some Prowess. Top. Triangle this, I think. I'm going to attack all at my opponent and just recast the Strangle. I assume they have a removal spell. I don't want to commit 2 creatures to attacking. Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. Cute. Okay, hit you for a lot, go. I guess I was supposed to play around Cling to Dust, a card that like literally nobody plays because it's like very mediocre. I have a Shark Typhoon. It's gonna be a little bit harder to kill them now. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna send Sprite Dragon, I think, at... Well, no, let's send Soulscar Mage at Nicobolus. And Sprite Dragon... Or do we just have them dead? Because, like, we're gonna get 2 Prowess triggers, 2, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I just have them dead. Go all at them. I mean, I don't know. They probably have another removal spell for whatever fucking reason. Double play with fire, so we hit this. Now they're dead, right? 3. It's fuck. Out of here. Okay, so they're playing like some Grixis control pile, so we just bring in like Spell Pierces, Disdainful Strokes. I could bring in Aether Gust if I want to play around like Nicol Bolas and like other various red removal spells. Probably not the worst. Cut here is probably just going to be Reckless Rage. It doesn't hit Planeswalkers. It does hit big, what's his face? Nicol Bolas. I'm sure they're playing the dragon, the 4-mana dragon that makes you discard a card. So it does kill that, but it doesn't really touch anything else. Maybe that's an argument for bringing in Aether Gust. I don't think I want Hearse. Although it probably does dodge like a fair amount of their removal. I mean, I could cut Strangle and just Aether Gust. Hate that at all. Probably a much bigger tempo swing if we like Aether Gust their 5-mana God, I'll keep wanting to call it Niv Mizzet. Their 5-mana Nicol Bolas. This hand is like almost there. I think it's like 1 land. If this Treasure Cruise was a land, like I'd keep this all fucking day. But like the 2 Treasure Cruises in my hand, if I miss a land drop, I feel like I'm just so far behind. Then one of the Treasure Cruise, a way better 6. Hit ya. Here. I mean, I wanted to try Grixis Control and Pioneer. I don't know. I mean, look at what we're doing. You know, it's like, it just seems better. Bottom that. Sure. I mean, kind of annoying, but sure. Why would you block there? I don't understand. It's so free for me to attack and kill your creature. I mean, I guess you can play like, it opens you up for like, you can play the 4-mana Nicol Bolas now. Okay. Like, bro. The control player in me is like so ashamed right now. I'm not gonna wait, or I'm sorry, I'm not gonna play Soulscar Mage when they haven't played their big bolus yet. Alrighty. I feel like they're very answer heavy right now. Like they just have like removal spells and counter spells in their hand for days. Well, you're not really doing anything, and the shark token represents like a clock for sure. So I have my Otawara in play. So that's not work. Let's opt here. I wonder if I have another Typhoon. Oh, okay. Can put this, well, I think I just put the Sprite Dragon in hand. Well, this is actually kind of tough. So, like, I'm gonna kill this. Then it has to be with Play with Fire, probably. I think I'm actually supposed to put Play with Fire in hand. Put Sprite Dragon on the bottom and then exile this. Play this. Pass the turn back. From that. Now they're probably gonna play Bolus. They're probably gonna top deck it and play it. You do have Cling to Dust, so it is gonna be hard to pick this Play with Fire. Two. This will at least give this thing a -2/-2. Gives me 3 more turns, even if they do exile my Play with Fire before I can cast it. They have 3 cards in hand, though. I mean, I gotta imagine they have some kind of removal spell. If they have another Dark Typhoon, kind of is what it is. Wouldn't mind playing like Narset for matches like these, control matches. Um, unless you have the win next turn, I feel like that was incredibly cute. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So treasure cruise 6-3 would be my best bet here. Actually, why don't we just exile it all? Because I'm gonna need to cast a removal spell to actually win here anyway. Okay. I guess I should, respect the tokens a little bit more. Considering one definitely whooped my ass. I'm just wondering like what the takeout is. I suppose like it doesn't hurt to cut a treasure cruise or something. Maybe it's just like play with fire. I wonder why this didn't trigger last game, like, or last match. It was really weird. It was like, it didn't make me sacrifice a land, which seems rather odd, but... I mean, Strangle hits creatures and planeswalkers. I'm not sure if it's worth bringing in here. I also don't hate Hearse now, honestly. Yep. God, Expressive Iteration is such a good card. Makes every hand look better. You have to watch out for Cry at the Carnarium. Get foed by that card every fucking time. That's a good draw. I can just hold up Spell Pierce. Interesting. So we can put Iteration in our hand. I'm not casting Play with Fire this turn, I don't think. Well, I suppose I could, right? Bottom and exile Play with Fire. Boat cruise. I don't really have a whole lot in my graveyard, so I'm gonna bottom. I'm very fine with that. And if their next turn is going to be like the even or odd, um, put spear in our hand to the bottom, exile fire. This was go to combat. Attack you. Kill that. They're just dead. Makes it easy for me. Access control, ladies and gentlemen. Controlling absolutely nothing that I'm doing. I don't know, man. I don't get it. If you're gonna play control in Pioneer, just play blue-white. I mean, you can splash in blue-white. I think the mana's there now, but Grixis control, like tap out control, is just sort of like very medium in the face of like these decks that can literally refill their hand with like two separate cards, like between Expressive Iteration and Treasure Cruise. Like I really don't see how you compete with blue-red. And hell, even the black-red decks are like really good at like rebuilding their hand and, you know, getting the maximum value out of their spells. Like I don't know. It's a hard sell for me. I want Grixis control to be good because it's one of my favorite versions of control. Is just like tap out control. Good old like kill your stuff. Play my big planeswalkers. Doesn't quite work out in Pioneer. This deck is very good though. I don't know. I was on the fence about like whether or not Winota needed like a ban or not, but now that I play this deck, I'm like, this deck is like definitely on the same power level as like Winota. I think that Winota can seem like more egregious at times if you're not interacting with them very well, but like the amount of cards that I'm seeing and like just the sheer card advantage that I'm getting feels like fair. Treasure Cruise might need to go, honestly, but then I don't know where you go from there. Okay, we're probably playing a mirror match, I would assume, but our hand is pretty well equipped for a mirror, and we're on the play. I don't think I hold back a creature here. I mean, I don't know. They can easily remove Sprite Dragon at 1/1, but you know, we'll see. Okay. All right, well. Two Treasure Cruises in my hand. I think I'm gonna well, yeah. Next turn we'll treasure cruise and like refill our hand. All right, well, they have 2 cards in hand. You control. Wouldn't be a trophy if we didn't have to beat the mirror once, right? Definitely not blocking here. Leave up 1 mana here. I have a feeling my Dreadhorde Arcanist is gonna die if I Reckless Rage. But perhaps not. They only have 1 card in hand. Okay. Looks like not. More spells in the bin for Sprite Dragon. Okay, sweet. Alright, mirror time. Like Red Cat melee is good enough. I don't know if Aether Gust is good enough. Definitely bringing in Unlicensed Curse. I gotta imagine my opponent is boarding similarly. I've gotta imagine they're probably playing a similar list. So it becomes a question of like, where do you trim? Like if they bring in Hearse and they resolve Hearse, kind of a problem, right? I have to. This seems like a very good card in this matchup, because it can just simply outgrow everything. It can make these Dreadhorde Arcanists look silly. Although, as far as I know, they're not playing Dreadhorde Arcanist, so that's good. I think I'm just gonna like kind of trim across the board here. It's tough to, I mean, it's really tough to decide like what you're supposed to cut in the mirror. And I actually don't know if I want Aether Gust or not. Aether Gust seems like a really good way to answer like a big Sprite Dragon. But I also have to consider the fact that I'm on the draw, so maybe like Very Swift Spear is not great on the draw. Maybe I'm supposed to just cut the Swift Spears, play more of a control grindy matchup here on the draw. I don't. There's in some capacity, right? Got like 2 opts. Spell Pierce probably means that I could have went down another Treasure Cruise, but I really value like this card advantage in the mirror. They have 61 cards in their deck. That's funny. Wonder if that was a mistake. Yeah, I mean, not amazing, but I'll keep it. Okay, they went to 6. No creature. Um, I wonder if I should just gonna play this and pass. And if they have Sprite Dragon, then we just kill it right off the rip, right? Same thing with Red Horde Arcanist. I forgot about that. Oh well, really not that big of a deal. I didn't even think about that. Whoops. Asmo food is fun as fuck. That's good. Seems fun. That's fun. If I didn't have a backup, I wouldn't have done that. Go ahead and play Island. Yeah, see, we didn't need that land. That's just fodder for a treasure cruise, baby. That's it. That's all it is. Oh no. Fucking car, dude. I was hoping they wouldn't get that. Did not want them to resolve the spell. That's what we brought in Spell Pierce for. Okay. I mean, I can return it to their hand. Great, they're a Spell Pierce fan. Fuck. Sucks because like it just totally fucks up the treasure cruise. Yep. I really don't want to play this because I kind of want to use it to return Hearst to their hand. Oh fuck. 2 cards from a single graveyard. That's bad. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this. You know what? So stupid. I should be exiling probably my targeted cards instead. Okay. Looks like they're getting a more proactive game this time around. I mean, they were on the play. For 9. Well, like basically have to bounce car next turn, right? I don't have a choice. Yes. 12. Looks like we're gonna go to a game 3 probably. Like a bajillion. That right? Okay. Well, Spell Pierce looked really dumb when I drew it after Curse. I don't know if that means I should cut Spell Pierce. I am gonna cut like some number of Treasure Cruise, I think. Feels really bad to have Treasure Cruise in your hand when they play Hearse. Maybe you're supposed to just give up on Hearse or Treasure Cruise altogether, just to like make it where like unlicensed Hearse isn't as good. I mean, it seems crazy, but like I don't know. I don't know how else to like hedge your bets against like resolved unlicensed Hearse. I'm just gonna go like this. I think I'm gonna keep one Treasure Cruise. Might be wrong. Sure, it's not. My sideboarding seems a little erratic with this, but God, this hand's so close. It's one island away from being like an amazing hand. I keep this and just toss back Cruise here. Interesting they didn't remove the Soul Scar Mage. It tells me they might not have an efficient 1-mana removal spell. Oh, if they missed a land drop. Oh, yes. Sorry, opponent. For me. Put this in our hand. Put this in the bottom. Sell this. Play this. Back. No need to play with fire or anything like that. Now that we have a way to pump this past 2 damage. That's fine. I think I am gonna play with fire just to here. Put that on the bottom. Obviously looking for a threat to follow up. Perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but it'll do. I actually need them to play a creature. Oh, God damn it. think, am I supposed to put Gigantha in my hand this turn? It's an interesting one. They did draw their second land.
You know, I've never realized before that you were so versatile.
Really? Everything I told you was a lie.
All right. Well, if I can resolve this Dreadhorde Arcanist and keep it on the battlefield, I think I'm in pretty good shape. That's a really good draw, especially given the like mana circumstance that my opponent is in right now.
You know, I've never realized before that you were so versatile.
Really?
That's sure.
Everything I told you was a lie.
Oh my god, they have another one? What the fuck? That's so annoying. If they did not have the second unlicensed, they 100% lose the game on the spot. But it is what it is. Unfortunate. Even if they remove it, they still... Okay. I'm gonna take this turn to resolve Gigantha. And obviously not gonna attack here. I have one card in hand. Just gonna try to like rebuild next turn. This deck definitely needs a way to deal with opposing unlicensed hearses. Like, I'm learning that right now. I mean, rather unfortunate that they had the second unlicensed hearse after I spell pierced the first one. Like, I find that insane. But I mean, keep in mind they only play two, of course. Yeah, it looks like things are just really lining up better for them, honestly. And I mean, that is obviously the luck that is like the mirror, but it's kind of unfortunate. Like, I feel like we had a better start and they kind of just better, but it is what it is. I mean, if you remember, they were missing land drops like pretty consistently early on, and now they've completely stabilized. Cast Treasure Cruise, which I'm assuming they kept multiples in their deck, very like based on what I see here, and that's like hoping that I don't draw an unlicensed hearse. So again, kind of lucky, but what can you do? Can you do? All right. Arcanist doesn't really do us any good. I'm gonna put Hearse in our hand. Arcanist in the bottom. Exile play with fire. Go. I kind of want to. Well, I sort of want to attack, but I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to do that. I mean, if I attack with Giganta, they probably just, well, they can't corrupt and block, right? Oh, they can. They can exile 2 things and block, right? And then we could technically strangle. I mean, they see play with fire, so they know that that is an option available to me. They could also, yeah, as long as this battlefield, they can. Where are those?
You know, I've never realized before that you were so versatile.
Really? Everything I told you was a lie.
Yeah, this deck has to have a way to deal with unlicensed Hearse. It like absolutely has to, because like this is unbeatable. And like I'm gonna play mine, but like I am like super behind. This, right? Yeah. Okay.
You know, I've never realized before that you were so versatile.
Really? Everything I told you was a lie.
Like this is the only way I see beating it. It's like doing this in response, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it was going to come down to who drew better in some regard. I think having the second Hearse is like very, very. I mean, I don't know what the odds of having both in hand are, but like we'll just say it's impeccable that they had both in their hand. I mean, you know, that's just Magic. We just play this game, and sometimes people just get lucky. So, congrats to them on the 5-0. It's very fortunate of them to have had the second Hearse, but what can I do? Definitely think that, given what I saw, you gotta have like a Braid or something deck. You have to have a way to deal with this fucking card, because if you don't, it's just gonna absolutely wreck you. So I feel like, yeah, it's got to have some kind of a Braid sideboard. But let's open these chests. See what we get. Our artifact. Questing Beast. Nebraska. Definitely played this card in a SCG Open on day 2. Flying Carpet. Classic. So, very interesting card. Battery Shaper. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Well, I think that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all watching and tuning in. Shout out to Co-Diamonds for the raid. And yeah, appreciate everybody coming by and watching. Sorry we couldn't get the trophy. We tried. But, you know, it is what it is. Wasn't in the cards tonight. But yeah, as always, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to stream some more this week. Tomorrow is Thursday, so maybe we can get on Thursday night as well and queue up a league. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Modern or Pioneer. I've been kind of burned out on Modern lately because frankly I just feel like there's one deck for me to play. But Pioneer, it seems a lot more open, although it's probably more or less boiled down to like 3 decks. So yeah, we'll see, but that's my plan. Play some more Modern or Pioneer, and if I do play this deck again, I will probably just be playing like 1 or 2 Braids in the sideboard, or just a way to answer unlicensed hearse. I don't know, whatever that is. We'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here. Thank y'all so much for watching, and see you guys later this week.